Hello, welcome back to another episode of Planet Kelley. So, we are on episode 15. Let's just have a little bit of a fucking moment of silence, and that's going to be a round of applause because I literally talked in therapy today about how proud I was that even though last week wasn't a video episode, I still showed up and I still did an audio episode. And whether anyone besides me, Train, and Maddie listened to that episode, thank you for listening. But I told her that I was so proud that I showed up for myself because I never really take a second to appreciate the things that I've done for myself in my past. So that was kind of what the topic of our therapy session was today. So my therapy homework for today, for Thursday when I go back, is that I'm supposed to write a encouraging text message or journal entry or letter to myself in my notes app, just kind of hyping myself up and saying how proud I am of the person that I am, the past things that I've done, the person that I'm becoming now, and just to treat myself like I would encourage any other loved one or close family or friend. So I'm excited to sit down and do that. I was prepping for this episode today, so I will be doing that tomorrow, as well as editing this episode so that you guys can listen to it on Thursday. But let's get into today. Today we're going to talk about North Italia for my mom's birthday dinner, the farmer's market, and a little partnership that I have going with them. Well, not the farmer's market, but someone at the farmer's market. Dinners that we had this week with my in-laws and with my sister-in-law and my nieces and my nephew. So kind of a little bit of, it feels like everything centered around food. When I get on here and I talk about snacks or dinner or places we went or what we had for dinner this week, well, maybe I'll just be God, I feel like words are so hard this episode. All right, back to it. After we talk about the dinners that we've had, we are going to talk about some cool things that I found at Costco, a maintenance schedule for my house that I've kind of been putting together so that I have a to-do list every day of the week of things to do so that nothing really gets missed, whether that's cleaning or a deep clean or going through the food for expiration dates, whether it's weekly or monthly or quarter yearly or whatever. So I am still working on that, but we'll talk a little bit more about that. We'll also talk about keeping up with the fridge magnets that I have on, well, they're on my freezer, but the magnets that we have that are a grocery list, a calendar, and then a weekly dinner menu. I told myself that I wanted to get back onto that. And then we're going to talk about how I rewatched the Doctor Strange movies. One of them I had never seen before, so that was cool. We'll talk about that. And then today I decided that I wanted to do a Fave 10 instead of a Fave 5. Just because I don't know how long I was really going to chat about the first 5 to 7 topics. So I also, when I was deciding on my Fave 5, there just was like 7 or 8 things that I really wanted to do. So I decided that I needed to make it Fave 10 just for this week. But there's just a lot of shit that's popped off, and I can't wait to tell you about it. All right, so we are going to start with North Italia, my mom's birthday dinner. I'm going to put a bunch of photos in here over my face probably because that's usually what I do. But I'm going to put photos in here of what we had. We had steak tagliata, which I've always talked about. I've put in here before. They had seasonal mixed mushrooms that we got for the first time that we will be getting again next time we go because those were phenomenal. I really hate when they do the whole seasonal situation. We've already talked about that, but I hate when they take things off the menu. It really stresses me out because, like, why? It's good. Why take it away? Like, I get that it might cost more at different seasons, but that doesn't mean it's not still a good dish that you should keep around. Anyway, moving on. We also got asparagus. Obviously, we got grilled bread because, duh, we're not crazy. And then each of us got, well, everybody except for me got a entree. And then we obviously dazzled. We, yeah, no, we, I don't even know the word that I'm looking for. Um, anyway, but of course we had some lemon drop shots because it would not be a dinner at North Italia if we did not have lemon drops. Also, I'm so excited because I made reservations for tomorrow night. Well, it will be Wednesday, but I made reservations for tomorrow for me, Maddie, and Train. And I made sure that we asked to be in Bailey's section. Usually, I always just do the reservation online, so I never call and talk to anybody. So everybody besides me got a entree, which I just wasn't in the mood for because I really was just looking forward to all the other sides. We kind of just shared everything, all of us did, because my mom had to try everything that we that we usually get that we love. She needed to try it. So my mom decided that she was going to get the chicken parmesan, which I told her was a safe, incredible option. Honestly, all of their fucking stuff is incredible. Like, I don't think if I ever picked anything on the menu, I wouldn't like it. The only thing that we don't eat is pork. So, but my mom got chicken parmesan, and we know that that comes with the Alfredo garlic parmesan pasta or whatever. And of course, I had to get a side of that for myself. We also got a, Maddie got chicken Alfredo, and then Train got a ravioli that we've never tried before. And it was actually really good. We were obviously, yet again, blown away by everything that we have every time we go there. But everything that we try, we love. There hasn't been one thing that we're like, oh, yeah, that's not our favorite. Oh, I forgot. I don't think I took a picture of it, but we got a bricky sundae. Or no. Yeah. Is that what we got? Or we just got a brownie sundae? I don't remember. Anyways, it was delicious. It had ice cream, and we all sang happy birthday to my mom in the restaurant. Our favorite thing is that we are there. We get there at like 7:30 and we stay until almost 10. Like, we're the last people in the restaurant. And it's great just because it's weird. I told Maddie the other day, I was like, it's weird how we recognize how busy it is when we get there, because it's like right at the end of the first like dinner rush, I guess. And then as we're eating and we're talking and we're having such a good time, we totally forget that we don't even recognize that the entire place is completely cleared out until we're on dessert and we're ready to go. Like, it's crazy how in the moment you can be. I love that. I talked about that in therapy too. Is that I just felt like she asked me, is there ever a time that you give yourself recognition, or what would it look like if you gave yourself recognition for a moment? If you just allowed yourself to boast, what would it look like? And I was like, I don't know. And I was like, actually, I feel like we have done that recently. We've started celebrating, whether it's my first interview in Oklahoma or Maddie's 1 year on Duolingo. Like, whatever it is, we are going to be celebrating, little or small. And I just love that because I feel like that's something we never used to do. But looking forward to uninterrupted dinners with great feedback and great conversation and good food. It just is such a great thing to look forward to every week. And I really hate the weeks when we don't get to go. It's not a perfect week unless we visited North Italia. I'm so sorry that I sound like I'm actually drunk. Maybe I should have taken a fucking shot before this because wow. I don't know why it feels like words are hard, but apparently they are. So I'm sorry. The faster I try to talk through things, the more I mess up. So I feel like I try to slow down, but then I feel like I sound like I'm skipping over all my words, or I just sound like an idiot because I'm talking like this slow because I don't want to mess up any of my words. Like, it sounds so dumb. All right, moving on. Farmer's market. So my aunt was in town, and my mom and I and Maddie and my aunt all went to the farmer's market so that we could look around, but basically our favorite stand at the farmer's market is a dog collar and leash brand. They're a small business. Their business is called Maisie Co. And I'm going to put their socials in the description. But I took plenty of videos so that way I could actually show you guys. They have every single width, length, design, color, pattern, literally anything that you could possibly think of. They have it. And if they don't have it, they can make it for you. I've had custom orders from them or through them. I've ordered just ribbon on Amazon before for specific things, and I've taken it in there and just said, like, this is the thickness that I want. And this is what color back that I want on top of that. And that's it. And they're like, all right, it'll be ready in a week or like a couple days. And I'm like, no shit. So Joj has a collection. We have started buying them way back when. I found them in the farmer's market. God, I don't even know, probably 8 years ago or something like that. And everybody in my family has caught on to it. So like my grandma's dogs all have different ones. My mom gets a new one every year, or a couple new ones every year. She loves to make sure that she always has a pride one for Callie. And then I have started our own little collection for Joj. There's literally so many that we have. But I love that they make different ones for every holiday, every season, every baseball, football team, sport. Like, they make one for everything. And I just love, they have matching leashes that go with them, or they can always make you one. I talked to them when I was there last Sunday, I believe. And I just said, hey, I'm a longtime customer of you guys. They also have their own headquarters, their shop where they make things in-house that they make them there to pack up to take to the farmer's market. And I'll also put their address on here as well. But I've gone down there a couple times, like with my mom and with Maddie, and I'm pretty sure I've taken Ava there before. But I always love to go down there and just check out what they have going. They have random stuff all the time. And so I walked up to them, up to the stand, and I was like, hey, long time customer. I was wondering if you guys would be interested in kind of doing some sort of collaboration or partnership for my podcast. I am reaching out. I just love recognizing small businesses or any of my favorite things. I talk about it on my podcast, and I'd love to mention you guys. I would love to, tell my listeners about you guys, share some photos and videos. And I don't know if you guys have ever done something like that, if you'd want to do like a discount for people that mention the podcast. And he's like, they both, Mick and Melissa are their names. And they both had said like, yeah, like we've never done that before, but we're not opposed to it. Just have them mention you and we'll come up with some stuff and we'll see what happens. And I was like, great, sounds good. So if you guys are ever at the farmer's market, they are at the Exarban one on Sundays. Dinner with my in-laws. So we did a copycat dupe of grilled bread. We did the sirloin tri-tip from Costco, and it was fucking incredible. We bought tri-tip from Costco in the past, and we couldn't continue to buy it because it gave Maddie heartburn. It just was way too peppered. Like, there was way too much seasoning on it, and it was a no-go. So we skipped out on it. Whereas this time, however, we also looked up, they're made in Omaha. So I looked up, you can get more, it's called Morton's Omaha. We got the steakhouse sirloin tri-tip, I believe. I screenshotted the picture so I could also put that on here. But we got it at Costco. They had ones ranging in all different sizes or all different prices because it goes by size. So ours was only $19. It fed me, Maddie, and both of her parents, and me and Maddie for lunch an additional day. So good. so flavorful. The meat was incredible. It took an hour on the smoker. Maddie's parents have a trigger, so we cooked it over there, and we were like, so any chance that you want to have dinner tonight, because this meat is way too big for just the two of us. So we got over there, and Shelly's like, wow, did you bring enough meat? And I was like, well, it's a good thing that we're eating it with the two of you, or else it would have just been us two. So yeah, but we only, I think the one that we got was only $19, but they had ones ranging of, that was the cheapest one that I found looking through a couple of them. But they had ones, as the most expensive one that we saw was like $85. So definitely they have some big ones. I recommend buying 10. Like, they were so good. I am really looking forward to reaching out to this company just to even tell them how incredible that this is and how much we loved it, and that we will be repurchasing, and we're so happy that they're from Omaha. If you're in the Omaha area, check it out. It's fucking delicious. Definitely worth your fucking money. So good. But we did a copycat North Italia, so instead of a steak tagliata, we did that meat. And then I also, of course, obviously had to take a picture, because it's not, we didn't even do it. We didn't take a photo, it never happened. So I made grilled bread. It was so fucking good. And we will talk about the bread that we used later, because wow. And I'll literally talk about everything, because it was so good. I feel like I need to make a TikTok about the bread, because it just is top tier. And I'm so grateful that we found stuff that was semi even close, because once a week for grilled bread is not enough for me. Obviously, North Italia knows how to do it, but the copycat recipe is also pretty fucking good. Not gonna lie. Got to shoot my own horn there, because that whole fucking meal was incredible. Like, Maddie and I went over there, we just threw that on the grill for an hour, and everything that we had was phenomenal. And we had some of the sheet pan veggies. It was Brussels sprouts, sweet potatoes, I think it's zucchini. I think that's it, maybe. Oh, and broccoli. And we don't buy that bag, but they were so good. So I feel like we need to buy that bag next time we go to Costco. Um, but yeah, it was so yummy. I definitely recommend doing it, but the at home version of North Italia. It's about as close as we could get. We also had dinner at my sister in law's, so that we could see our nieces and our nephew and our brother in law. And so last time we went over there, we did spaghetti for dinner, just because it was so quick and easy, and I felt like the kids even eat it. So if the kids are gonna fucking eat it, we're gonna make that. Like, that's just gonna be what we're gonna go with. So we went over there, we made pasta, and Jordan made salted caramel Rice Krispie treats for dinner, and this Oreo fluff stuff. Oh my god, we got to get the fucking recipe for that shit, because it was so good. It literally was like, I thought there was chunks of like chocolate cake in it, which I feel like if I make it, I'm definitely gonna fucking put chunks of chocolate cake in it. But it had like Oreo. Oh, but I bet I could use, you know how they sell like the Oreo box cake now, and like the or the cream, the middle cream, but as in a frosting. If you see where I'm going with this, that sounds fucking incredible. Holy moly, I have to make that. I don't know what's happening recently, but I have just been wanting to make all of these sugary treats ever since I made those dot cakes a couple weeks ago. Yeah, I just, I don't know what it is. I just have a sweet tooth, and I just love making all these little sweet treats. So, anywho, we went over there. That was so much fun. I hope my hair doesn't look disgusting, because I seriously can't see it right now. And if I see at the end of this video, when I go to edit it, that it looks like shit, then that's just going to be too fucking bad. But we went over there. We had dinner with them. It was so fun. We love just sitting and talking and chatting with our sister, and playing with the kids, and just having a good meal. It was nice. So we had also used the bread that I'm going to talk about again. It is the 3-pack loaf that we get from Costco of sourdough bread. It is the Essential Baking Co. brand. Let me tell you, this bread is so fucking versatile. Maddie said I never really bothered of wanting, you know how people used to like make sourdough all the time. Like, I never really cared that you didn't do that. But like, after having these 3 loaves of bread, I really feel like you need to start making sourdough. I was like, yeah, our kitchen's too fucking small for me to start making bread. I was like, I can barely cut bread on our counters. I was like, I do not have room to be making bread. But maybe if I get a bread maker, maybe. But aside from that, I don't know. But that bread was so good. We brought 1 loaf over to my sister-in-law's, and I prepped it at home, cutting it in half the long way down this, like, whatever, cutting it in half the long way. And then I used the spreadable Irish butter from like the Costco brand or whatever. I used that, coated both loaves in that, and then sprinkled on some parsley, oregano, and garlic powder. And then I used a drizzle of the Graza olive oil on each side. And then I also wiped the outside of the bread, like the top and then the underneath, so that the crust was a little bit more crisp with the Graza olive oil as well. And then wrapped it up in tin foil. And then when we got over to my sister-in-law's, I just took it out of the foil and laid it like that and put it in the oven. It literally takes no time at all. In the air fryer, tastes so good. And it literally takes 3 to 4 minutes, I think, to cook in the air fryer. I think maybe 5 minutes in the oven, or 5 to 6 minutes, something like that. So good. The second use, the grilled bread. So that was the first use. Second use was the garlic bread, which I also used the very last tiny bit. We had enough for 2 slices of garlic bread, one for me, one for Maddie. That's all we had left, after bringing half a loaf to my in-laws for, I guess we did probably more than half a loaf, obviously, if there's only two slices left. So a loaf, or 3/4 of a loaf, we took over to my in-laws, and I cooked that as grilled bread. So now I'm going to tell you how to do that. So same concept. Actually, yeah, just same concept. The only difference was that I cooked the bread. Sliced the bread in thick slices instead of down the middle, obviously. So like kind of like they do at North Italia. And then I coated each front, or top and bottom, with the spreadable Irish butter. And then I just air fried that just the way it was, just like that. And then I think I may have actually put oregano on there, but nothing else. And then I had Maddie after 3 to 4 minutes in the air fryer, I had Maddie take them out and put them on the grill, and we crisped them up, which we turned the grill off before we realized we were going to put the grilled bread on. So it was a mess, but it should only take about 30 seconds each side, to a minute each side, of the bread on the grill. And then take it off the grill, bring it inside. I then used the Graza olive oil, and I did a drizzle of that. And then I also got I think it's the Alessi brand, but it doesn't matter what brand, balsamic glaze, not vinaigrette. Don't make the mistake, okay? If you see balsamic vinaigrette, that is a salad dressing, okay? It's going to be very fucking runny. Also really fucking good. Like, I love a good balsamic. But don't get that for this. It's going to be a balsamic glaze. And I think we found ours over by like the pickles and stuff, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. I don't know. Anyways, look it up on the app. And then I took the balsamic glaze and I did a pretty generous drizzle of that, and then put some oregano on top just for garnish. It was so fucking good. Like, it seriously was so good for an at-home version. I was like, I'm so grateful that we figured out how the fuck to do this at home. It's not fucking hard. It's literally just butter, olive oil, and balsamic glaze. It's so good. But at North Italia, they do usually do like a really pretty Parmesan shredded cheese on top. I didn't buy that at the store because I can't have it, and frankly, we just forgot. So I don't know that even if we remembered, we would have bought it. Anyway, so good. So if you see this fucking 3-pack loaf of sourdough bread at Costco, pick it up. I'm pretty sure it's like $7.99 for 3 loaves. The coolest thing about it, though, before we ever even made all, I have one more thing that we use the bread for, but the coolest thing about it before we ever even tried it was that I was like, these are good until we bought this probably a week ago. So mid-July, and it didn't expire until 2 days after Christmas this year. And so they're already, you have to bake it at home, but I don't know if they're like partially baked. I think they're like half baked or something. I don't know. But so quick, so fucking easy. The last thing that we used the bread for, which at first I was like, yeah, like if we don't eat, we have some time, because I feel like every time we buy a loaf of bread, it goes bad so fast. Which it did. We got the pretzel bagels from Costco. Went bad in like 2 fucking days. What is up with that shit? I hate that. It's such a waste of money. Besides the point, I was smart enough when we first got them to immediately put half of the fucking bag in a freezer bag, because I just knew immediately they were going to go bad anyway. But I'm getting sidetracked. The bread, it was so good. We were so excited because I was like, well, I mean, like, we have some time. We cleared that shit in a week, which I should sound a little bit more ashamed that we've eaten 3 loaves of bread in a week, but I don't give a fuck. That shit was fire. Like, when you try and you make it the way that I fucking tell you to make it, you will also want to eat 3 loaves in a fucking week. All right? That, along with my newfound obsession of baking and shit with dot cakes. I made dot cakes the other day, and before that I made protein puppy chow, and it was so good. I was so surprised. I was like, I don't know if this is actually going to be good. I feel like it's going to taste gross. So fire. Like, there was other things you could change if you really wanted it to be way more high protein, but like, I didn't give a fuck at that. Like, I was just going to make it regular. The only thing that's different is you throw in protein powder. Like, that's your only difference. If you really want to make it high protein, you can do the recipe that has milk with peanut butter powder mixed first. Then you use that as your peanut butter with the chocolate, and then do whatever. And then use protein powder. But that was doing the most. I wasn't doing all that shit. We actually didn't have peanut butter. Maddie had to go buy it. So that kind of sucked. But I didn't think about that until after she had already left for the store. And then I was like, well, I guess I could see if they have a recipe that I could use that. And then they did. And then I was like, well, it's too late. She already left anyway. So last thing that we used the bread for, BLTs. I was so fucking excited because I was like, we haven't had BLTs in a fat minute. Like, which, because we usually don't eat bacon. If I do eat bacon, it's most of the time the turkey bacon from Aldi is my favorite one. But just in general, I feel like it's mostly turkey bacon. But sometimes we do just get the easy, microwavable, whatever, like already pre-cooked bacon, because it's just fucking easier. And sometimes I prefer that for a BLT because it's crispy, and I like crispy bacon on a BLT. But we had BLTs and some pasta salad, and it was delicious. But I got a huge beefsteak tomato from the farmer's stand, as well as some marinara sauce that we'll talk about, because I also used that as, when we went over to my sister-in-law's, that was my marinara of choice. And it is delicious. Newfound love. I absolutely love it. It is the Nelson's Farmer Stand. They have one on 204th. They have one on 120th and I believe, by Guns Unlimited. Is that what that is? By World Market. Anyway, going back to the bread, the BLTs, it was so good. And I knew we had to wash our lettuce extra fucking good because there's some bullshit going on about fucking parasites or whatever. I don't know. But I was like, all right, well, let's just wash it real good, because like, we won't have it again. Because like, we gotta have BLTs. I'm craving. So I cooked the bread the same way that I did initially for the grilled bread, with the butter, oregano, And that's it. Butter, oregano. That was all. Put it in the air fryer for 4 minutes and then took it out. Wait for that to cool a little bit. And then I put some balsamic glaze on the tomatoes on my sandwich with a little bit of Big Fred's house Italian dressing that they have. So fucking good. You can buy it anywhere, like at Family Fare or at Big Fred's. I love the green bottled one. I'm pretty sure it's like the light version, but it tastes better to me. I don't know. But I put that on my sandwich, and then I also put some oregano on my sandwich. Yeah, I think that was it. It was delicious. Like, so, 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 so good. Like, this week has been my favorite fucking week of eating. I usually have a really hard time eating. I've talked about that before. That, like, sometimes I just don't eat because I won't eat until like 4 p.m. and then I don't stop eating until 10 p.m. and then I go to bed. But, like, I don't know. I've just been so happy that I found so many things that we enjoy eating while it's so fucking hot outside, because I feel like that's so hard for us to do, even if it was pasta a night. But we spent the whole day inside, so it didn't matter. All right. I'm getting off track, I feel. Making a cleaning maintenance schedule for our house so that I have a list all in one place to keep everything clean frequently and on a routine. So I wanted to make sure that I felt really good when, on the random days when I decide, like, okay, every Monday I want to make sure we change our sheets, or every Sunday or whatever day. I was like, I want to make sure that I have something every day, because even if I just decide randomly that I wake up and I change the sheets and I don't do anything else all fucking day, I feel like I accomplished something because I changed the sheets and made the bed. I don't know. It just feels great to just be able to have one thing on the list that I know that if I don't get anything else done and I fucking rot the rest of the day, at least I fucking did the one thing that I'm supposed to do a day. So obviously, I don't have that completely finalized quite yet. I'm binging other people's, like, kind of looking through Pinterest and everything and looking at people's planner layouts and that kind of stuff. And kind of just creating my own off of that. But I feel like there's so many things that you just they get missed because you just don't, like, or if, like, the studio, I'm only in here once a week, sometimes twice a week. But other than that, it's like I don't really come in this room unless I'm doing laundry. So I don't feel the need to, like, come in here and clean the laundry room. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to make sure that I have something on a routine, so every day I can hold myself accountable to one thing. And once I slowly get, and I want to do that for everything. So, like, I've started setting a schedule that Tuesdays and Thursdays I go to therapy. So I know that Tuesdays and Thursdays I most likely don't put a whole lot on my shoulders because I'm kind of anticipating a hard day. Even if it's not a hard session, great, but I just don't want to overload myself to the point where if I do have a hard session, then now I feel like shit because I didn't do the fucking list of small shit that I had to do after I went to therapy or before or whatever. So, I don't know. I've been trying to go through and kind of make the list what works best for me. So I know a lot of people do like a morning routine and then like a nightly routine. I'm working on that. I am trying my best, but I feel like the nightly routine is kind of what I really want to focus in on, where we close up the house at night and, you know, the dishwasher's running, which we mostly do anyway, but there's some days that we don't. And I just kind of want to make sure that that's kind of a priority for us and something that we stick to. And just a standard that we hold for ourselves, that, like, we don't go to bed if there's dishes in the sink. Like, what the fuck does there, either if the dishwasher is running and nothing fits, then fucking clean it by hand. Don't leave it in the sink until the next day so we can put it in the dishwasher. Like, just fucking wash it. So I don't know. There's small things, obviously. You live and you learn, and there's things that are going to irritate me and there's things I'm not going to fucking do. So I was proud of myself the other day. I was like, I just feel like each day, one day out of each week, so 4 different rooms of the house get a deep clean. Every day gets a different clean. Like, every day gets, you know, the kitchen countertops and the floors, and we do one load of laundry, and you run the dishwasher, and, like, obviously those are your daily things, but one day out of the week there needs to be like a deep clean on one room in the house. So the other day, my one room in the house was the kitchen. So I literally went through everything, threw away shit that expired, reorganized all the cupboards and the drawers, took out the kitchen or the drawer organizer with all the knives and the straws and all the everything. Took it out, cleaned that out, cleaned out the whole drawer, put everything back in, reorganized everything around the house, wiped down the outside and the inside of the shelves, the outside of the counter or cabinets. And I just felt so fucking productive afterwards. And I was just like, man, that was kind of a bitch. But like now I feel good knowing that I don't have to deep clean this house again, that specific room for a while, right? Like I want to make sure that I can, and once I do get on that track where I can, where I know that I can count on myself for that, then I can level up my standard where like I do it twice a week. There's 2 different rooms a week or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta slowly ease in because I feel like I'm so very much all or nothing a lot of the time, and it comes back to bite me in the ass. So we're just starting slow, which, you know, there could be worse things. All right. So yeah, along with trying to keep the fridge magnets, oh, sorry. Along with the situation of like the cleaning and the maintenance schedule, I also want to keep the fridge magnets updated that we have. We have one that is a calendar of like all the days of the month that you wipe off, and then a grocery list, and then a weekly dinner prep, basically, of what we're having menu, a weekly dinner menu. There you go. So it's nice because I've been able to this was the first week that I've done that. And it's nice because we can plan, okay, like we know Wednesday we're going to dinner at North Italia. What should we do these days? This day we don't have to do anything because like Sunday was the day that I planned it. So like that was already the first day. I just used Sunday as like the start of the week. And I was like, well, we could do barbecue chicken sandwiches. So we did that yesterday. Today was breaded chicken and like breaded crispy chicken with pasta. Even though we're going to North Italia tomorrow, it's different. It's not the same. We're not going to get that, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, that was something I wanted to make sure that I could stay on top of, and I just refreshed the list, so it's nice that I have like room on the grocery list of the things that I need to get for the meals later in the week. It's nice because we can pick the meals of the week off the things that we already have at home, and what's going to go bad sooner is what we cook sooner. So that kind of situation. So it's been nice. I feel like this week has gone really smooth and effortless, and it's been nice to be able to know we don't have to even ask each other like, what are we doing for dinner tonight? Like, it alleviates the annoying question. And I feel like that is one of the most irritating fucking questions, is like figuring out what you have to have for dinner every single day for the rest of your fucking life. I'm pretty sure we've talked about that on here too. So anyway, yeah, that's something I was like, we just need to write it out so we know what the fuck we're having, and we do all the way until Saturday. Proud of us for that. So anyway, next we're going to talk about, I rewatched the Doctor Strange movies. I had never seen the second one, but I had seen the first one. And the second one, I have to say, first one, so good. It was good the first time I watched it. I only remembered certain things, so it was good to rewatch it. It's such a thriller. I love it. But also, especially with the whole, like, dimensional conspiracy theorist bullshit that I wear my tinfoil hat about at night. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I'm looking at those movies and everything in Hollywood in such a different fucking lens now than I did before. And there's just some crazy shit, which brings me to Doctor Strange. It's not 2, but the second one, whatever the fuck that's called. Yeah, I think it's kind of demonic, which it's about, I mean, the girl's a witch, so like it makes sense, but there's a lot of like pentagrams, and it's Wanda, is the person or whatever, but she has this horn like mask that she wears, kind of like Maleficent. And I don't know, it's just very like, it talks about like taking your powers, and like it's very demonic. Definitely not a kid's movie, but really good. I thought it was great. Anyway, moving on. All right. Actually, we're not moving on. We're finalizing the episode. All right. This is Fave 10. This is a new segment. Fave 10. When I have 5 more than 5 things that I want to fucking talk about. All right. Graza olive oil. Easily said. This shit is so good. I actually want to drink it. Like, it tastes so fucking good. And we use it for everything now. We have this, the frizzle and the sizzle. So, like, the spray, the spritzer spray, we use just a quick little spritz on top of our popcorn. Instead of using, like, butter or whatever, we just use a little bit of that. And then our little salt or whatever we put on it. And, or to cook on the pans, or spray our pans before we make cookies or whatever we're doing. As well as the regular one that's the drizzle that is so good. I put it on top of tomatoes the other day with a little bit of sea salt. Girl, go get you a farm fresh tomato with some Graza olive oil and some sea salt. Thank me later. That is summer in a snack. Holy shit. And boy, is that acidic as hell. Like the tomato, not the olive oil. But wow. But besides the point, so good. Such a great snack. I literally have loved it. I've loved putting it on everything. It's been a great addition. I put it on top of the bread. Just the flavor itself is so delicious. I would love to partner with them sometime in the future because we got our 2-pack. We got a 2-pack of both. The 2-pack of the spray and then a 2-pack of the sizzle. Drizzle from Costco, and they were actually really well priced. I was very pleased, and we will be having to re-up because we've gone through an entire bottle already. It is that delicious, and I have used it to put on our little hoagie buns. I've put a little on the inside of each of the hoagie bun, and then I put them in the air fryer and toast those up before we had our barbecue chicken sandwiches last night. So good. I'm telling you, I'll never set you astray on a fucking good snack. When it comes to food, I can tell you what the fuck is up. All right. And thank me later. Right? Okay. Morton's sirloin tri-tip. I will be reaching out to this company because, wow, I am blown away by the quality of this meat. The flavor, the everything. Just the crispness that it had on the outside from the grill. Like, everything about it was fucking 10 out of 10. I highly recommend. So find an Aldi, Costco, Target by you and try to find the Steakhouse sirloin tri-tip because it'll do something for you. I'll tell you. Third one in is the Farmer Stand marinara sauce for pasta and homemade pizzas. So I talked about earlier in the episode the Farmer Stand marinara sauce. This is actually, so for me, I feel like when I buy jarred tomato sauce from Trader Joe's or wherever the fuck, like Prego, whatever, love them. They're flavorful. They're great. But I feel like it is so acidic and my stomach hates it. And I always, which, you know, I'm on a gut health journey, you know, I'm influencing or introducing things back in slowly but surely and at a small portion. But I tried the Farmer Stand marinara sauce from the Nelson's Farmer Stand over by Dairy Chef on 204th. And they have a bunch of different ones. I haven't tried the other ones. I just wanted to try marinara so that way we could use it for pasta or pizza. But they do have which I just saw, I don't know if this is new or if it's just new to my eyeballs, but they have a roasted garlic pasta sauce. They have a tomato and basil pasta sauce. They have a farm style, which I don't know if that's just like chunky or has different vegetables or something in it. And then the regular marinara. And that on top of a million other things like queso blanco that we've gotten from there. We've gotten salsa. We've got all sorts of shit. Just everything there. You cannot, incredible, worth your money. The sauce that I got is $8.99 a jar, regular, like decent pasta jar size. But the acidity, I don't know what it is. It's just not as acidic to my stomach, or my stomach doesn't get as upset from it. And I will take a win where I can fucking get one, because I'm never going to not have pasta. Like, it was just something that was like, yeah, I know it's going to hurt my stomach, but I'm not going to not eat it. Like, it's like ice cream or literally anything for me that has dairy. Okay. So it's like, yeah, obviously I just know when I have to, it's worth it. You know, you just have to take the risk and just pull the plug and just do it and suffer the consequences later. But yeah. So Nelson's, Farmers, they're the ones that do like the all you can eat strawberry fest or the watermelon fest or the sunflower fest or the whatever the fuck. They have everything all the time. But they also have, like, you can go there to their place in Valley on their farm and actually buy stuff even when they're not having like some sort of festival going on. But they do one for corn, and like, just, it's really, I'd say affordable. It's a little pricey, but it is a reasonably priced place to go with your kids or with your family or something, and just have a day of it. Make it a date night. Maddie and I love to go there just to pick strawberries or pick flowers, or we've gone a couple times for a couple different things. But I always make a good day out of it, and we always bring home some good stuff. So you get to pick your own tomatoes, strawberries, peppers, like whatever, and check out at the front. It's great. Protein puppy chow. So I use the Herbalife vanilla PDM protein powder, and it was delicious. It was delicious. The smell of Herbalife vanilla protein powder in itself, if you're interested in buying any of the Herbalife products, please let me know, because I can set you up with Maddie's sister. But the protein powder, the vanilla, it smells so good. I wish I could literally just eat it. It is so fucking delicious. It tastes incredible. And I've yet to find a single protein powder that I've been willing to try that smells that good enough that I even want to try it. Period. Let's just start there. It is delicious, and it tastes just as good on puppy chow as it does in a shake. So I just made puppy chow the normal way. Nestle, obviously, only way to do it. Nestle Toll House chocolate chips, semi-sweet, and then regular powdered sugar, off-brand creamy peanut butter. What else? And rice Chex. I did the on-brand Chex brand. I did the on-brand cereal, but you could do the off-brand, whatever. Rice Chex, not the corn or the wheat or the whatever. You could do the chocolate ones. They have chocolate ones. I bet that would be fucking fire. Oh my God. I love when I talk to you guys. I get so many good ideas, always about food. Because like the brownie dot cakes, which I did buy a Jiffy cake mix, which I know they're meant for cornbread. And I can tell you their yellow cake mix tastes just as similar as their fucking cornbread. It's damn near, it has to be the same fucking recipe. Shit tastes the exact same. But I was not impressed with that. I wasn't a fan. So I will be sticking with good old Betty Crocker, Pillsbury, Duncan Hines, you name her, because that one just wasn't it for me. Stick to corn muffins, baby girl. All right. Next, BB Go sticky white rice from Costco. They come in these little microwavable bowls, single serving size, pack of 12 for like 11 something. They are like $1 a piece. Fucking incredible. I'm pretty sure I've already talked about these on here, but Maddie and I couldn't find my notes where it says that I already talked about them. So I'm telling you guys again. They also, at Costco, we've gotten their chicken and vegetable soup dumplings. So good. Definitely a good bang for your buck. If you like the ones from Trader Joe's, they are just like those. I honestly kind of prefer them more, because the ones from Trader Joe's, the chicken ones, smell up my fucking house like onion. So I prefer the BB Go ones. They are delicious. So they have had, also, I'm pretty sure from BB Go, we've also got from Costco, the single serve teriyaki bowl, frozen rice bowl, veggie, microwave lunch situation. Those, the macros are a little crazy if you're a macros person. Like, I'm pretty sure there's like a ridiculous amount of fucking sodium in those O's. But, I mean, it was a win for me because I barely ate. So it was like, well, if I eat this, then whatever. I can eat 3 of these bitches and I might have a heart attack or a blockage somewhere. But moving on, BB Go. Everything. I feel like all of their shit, everything I've had from them has been great. I also have had their wontons or pot stickers or whatever. I've gotten those from Target. Those are also fucking delicious. The whole brand is just great. I love everything that I've had from them. There hasn't been one thing that they've put out that I've purchased and tried and been mad that I spent money on it. So take that as you will. Because I get mad when I spend money on fucking food and it's not worth the money. And that could be in the store, in Costco. It could be fucking McDonald's. If I'm spending $5 on food, I want the food to be worth $5, or at least up to the standard that it normally is. When I go to fucking McDonald's and you have that one time where it's fucking incredible and you're like, hell yeah, this one now $19 fucking 10-piece McNugget meal for one fucking person is actually worth the money because it was fucking good. Everything was fresh. It was delicious. And then you go the next time and that shit feels like it's been sitting there for 6 fucking months. I'm going to be like, yeah, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to remake me this because there's no way that I just paid fucking $20. The last $20 that I had on McDonald's, obviously that's being so dramatic, but spending $20, even if it's not the last $20 you have, it's $20 that you're spending money on. And I get that not everything should be up to my standards, but like, some people just don't have standards. And it pisses me off when they work in places like that because it's like, you'd be mad. You can't tell me that you've never gone through a fucking drive-thru, whether you've worked at a drive-thru place or not, and they forgot your fucking sauce and it didn't piss you off. Or they got your order wrong, or they forgot to take off the pickles on your burger, or they put ketchup on it, or mustard, or whatever the fuck you don't like. They fucked your shit up, okay? There's never been a time where that hasn't irritated somebody. Like, all right, next. Maddie brought me home a dry shampoo. I was telling her that I was like, I really need to try a dry shampoo because sometimes it's really hard. Like, I have a lot of fucking hair. Obviously not all of it's mine, but it's all real. And so I was like, I have so much hair and sometimes I don't want to wash it every fucking, like it's not good for my hair for me to wash it every fucking day. Like I need something that's going to stretch me in between. And the R&Co Revitalizer dry shampoo that I have is like a wet spray, like a spritz spray. And you go through it with a blow dryer afterwards, which is great. It's worked perfect for me for hot yoga and sweaty ass fucking days and nasty just summer hot. It's been great. But I needed something that was more of like an aerosol that was kind of going to soak that up for me when I didn't want to pull out my blow dryer and whatever. And so she comes home with this Batiste dry shampoo and she got me the black one. And I was like, oh my God, I've never tried this. I'm so excited. And I actually really like it. First of all, it smells incredible. It smells so good. Second, I was so nervous because I was like, I know that my hair is dyed black, and it just makes me nervous to use stuff like that, like root touch up or whatever the fuck. Like, I'm nervous that it's going to look worse than if I just left it the way that it was, you know? So I was like, okay, like I'm nervous. So I just tried it when I didn't have anywhere to go. And I was like, okay, yeah, actually this is fire. Like I was like, and it gives me a little bit of volume. Like I don't usually have a problem with volume, but sometimes it's nice for the extra little oomph. You know what I mean? So I highly recommend. So I know that they make a million different scents, shapes, sizes, everything for everybody. So find the one that works best for you. All right. The Maisie Co. dog collars. That was on my list. I obviously already talked about them, but I wanted to put them on my top 10 list, Fave 10 list. And I wanted to make sure to remind you again, mention the podcast if you go out there to the farmer's market, Exarban, on Sundays. They're open 8 to 1. They're like right when you walk in. They're right at the very middle where all 3 center points meet. It's like at the very middle point of one of them. So check them out. I really, really would love more people to support them and know about them because they're fucking incredible. I've been blown away by their craftsmanship and their determination to show up every fucking year at every farmer's market and market themselves and post on social media and whatever. Like, I just think that's so great what they're doing. And I'm really happy that they were willing to even allow me the opportunity to mention on here for you guys to say something. So fucking go say something. All right, 3 more things. 1, laying out by the pool. I have to say thank God because I was honestly sad that when we moved into our house that we didn't have a pool because we have a house now and not an apartment. So I was like, oh, that kind of sucks. Like, I really can't just like go lay by the pool or whatever. And lo and behold, apparently like a month after summer started, our neighbor, Bill, he's like probably early 70s, mid 70s. And he always sits out in his garage. You know, he's always working on who fucking knows what, right? He's just the garage guy. He's out there all fucking day. And one day we get home and he's like, hey, if you guys ever want to swim, I got a pool over here. And Maddie and I were like, okay, like what kind of pool you got over there? Like, we were thinking it was going to be an above ground, like not blow up, but probably like one of the poled ones. And he's like, yeah, come take a look. And so Maddie went over there and she's like, oh, like it's like an in-ground 7-foot, like probably 7 foot deep, 15-foot pool. It's like, it's really nice. And we've very much enjoyed. I've goed and laid out. I've went and laid out over there like 3 or 4 days this past week, and because it was literally in the 90s. The fucking UV yesterday was 11. You can better believe I was out there for like 2 hours. My skin's a little red, but I am very much looking forward to the tan that will be coming afterwards. So I am grateful for Bill. Shout out to Bill. Thanks for the pool. We appreciate it. Oh, yay. Good for you. I don't even have to talk about the other 2. Well, the other one. One was the 3-pack Costco sourdough loaf bread that you need to go buy if you have a Costco membership. If you don't, get a Costco membership. It's great. Fuck. Their chicken wings also were phenomenal. They have them cooked sometimes, and they have them uncooked and wrapped in different weights and quantities. But check that out. Last thing, sun tea. This right here, this is Lipton yellow box black tea. Train would be mad to know it's not organic. We need to get an organic brand, but I only had $1. Well, I didn't have $1, but this was only $1.20 or something at the store the other day. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get that. So we use they're regular size tea bags. The big ones, we usually use 4 of them. The regular size ones, we use 6. And I just steeped a new jar out there today. Actually, I don't think I brought that in. I think that's literally still sitting outside. Oh, man. Anywho, sun tea. So that's the last thing. If you have a glass jar or a pitcher, it should be glass. And it should be organic, blah, 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 whatever. Don't tell Train if it's not organic, okay? But go get some black tea. Go get a jar. Fill it up with fucking ice and water. You don't have to use ice. Fill it up with water. And put the tea bags in there. Set it outside all day from the morning when you go to work. And then bring it inside before you go to bed. And it'll be delicious, I promise. So, I forgot it's only... Oh, it is 8:13. I was going to say, I forgot it's only 6 o'clock. It's not 6 o'clock, but the sun probably is still out a little bit. But anyways, that's all I have for you hoes. I hope that this, hour-long episode kept you busy. And I know that my wife will appreciate this on her way to work on Thursday because she's got an hour, 15-minute drive. So this gives you a good 10 minutes to finish up your last Joe Rogan, babe. And everybody that listened today, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for listening. I can't wait to see you guys in the next episode. I'm not sure. I actually don't even know what the next episode's going to be about. So that's actually kind of exciting. I'm going to stop telling you what's next week. Next week, we're going to talk about, I'm just going to stop telling you. All right, bitches. I love you. I hope I will see you again next week, and I hope you have a great rest of your night. Love you so much. Bye.